January 1st, 2014, I was coming back home from a vigil that they have at the Fruitvale station. It's an annual vigil, so
That's the Oscar Grant one.
the Oscar Grant Vigil. And I just felt inspired to do a piece of his real quick just to honor his name and put it out online. And I got a good response. So then I felt to continue with another design. And then after that, it was a project that I continued with, with the designs that I kept putting out. But the reason why I felt so inspired by the Oscar Grant case is because when I first moved out here, it was in 2009. It was like a little less than a year after his killing. And I remember I was living on 17th and International, which was the route that was taken by the protesters at that time when on a couple nights, I remember there was like some smashing of windows of houses and whatnot, of private property that ran that route. And I remember our landlord put up wood on our windows. And I remember that leaving an impression on me, like, wow, it's crazy how folks out here in Oakland are holding down this issue when back in LA, I mean, there's a lot of activism out there, of course, and also with like police brutality, but the response that I was witnessing out here in Oakland left an impression on me when it comes to police killings, more specifically with Oscar Grant. So that's how the project started. Was something that I didn't intend to come out as an ongoing project. I didn't want to waste too much time creating that initial design. I just wanted to release it because at the time I was more focused on my paintings and work that I was doing with a culture strike at the time. So yeah, just given the response that I was receiving from putting out these designs is what encouraged me to persist with it. And so now it's a ongoing project. I think I have like a little over 50 portraits that I've released so far.
It feels to look at it, and we've been engaged enough to where there's this process that's evolved, right? Somebody gets murdered by the police and we end up with this portrait by you. It feels almost ritualistic. Is it? And if so, can you talk about how?
Yeah, ever since this project has developed into something where like people have been noticing it, and it's like a part of the story that has been told more so out here in the Bay Area. It seems like now whenever there's someone else who unfortunately loses their life to police violence, I get hit up by family members, by activists. Just recently there was the homeless man that was killed out here in San Francisco.
Luis Gongora.
Yeah, and I've been receiving all these requests, and I feel so bad because I'm also trying to set aside time to explore other forms of art, because I'm not just only about the activism. I'm also about expressing, being weird or whatever else it may be. I'm an artist, right? So it's been hard to manage that ritual that seems to take place now, where people are hitting me up. But I mean, I understand that because I've been putting out so much material that's what people expect from me now with every killing that happens, and I'm totally down to take that up because I do intend to continue with this project for as long as I can. But it is crucial for me to take breaks and focus on other aspects of my life that need maintenance and whatnot. But also the fact that this is a project that I took on myself. There hasn't been any organizations backing me up or anything, and I don't approach this as primarily activist. I'm an artist first and then an activist later or after, or at least as far as my experience has been with the way that I've engaged. So it's been hard for me to like maneuver through like all the possibilities that are out there with like funding and whatnot, because I just don't understand it and I don't have those connections yet. I've mostly approached it as like an artist, you know, releasing them online, and people can do what they wish to it, and that's the way that I've engaged, and organizations have been using my work, like Anti-Police Terror Project and others. So yeah.
So that's a way an ally could support, right? He needs help figuring out funding and how to do that. So, so I say sometimes when I'm talking about the work, you know, that we traffic in the business of dead babies, and that has an emotional toll. For you, I heard you say to manage the other parts of your life that need maintenance, but for you, what has the emotional journey been like to be consistently engaged, right, in drawing the faces of dead babies?
Yeah, well, I can't say this is a project that I enjoy doing. For the most part, as an artist, you would like to enjoy the work because it makes it worthwhile, you know? And this is as well. I'm not saying that it's not, but it is depressing, and at first, it was something that I didn't really think that I was taking in, because I'm a person that has sort of like a hard shell. I mean, I grew up in the hood, so I have that like machismo still sometimes, and you kind of like try to be tough about things, and I feel like, nah, it's not really affecting me. I mean, it is a tragedy, you know, but I mean, what can you do? You know, you can't bring the person back, but I have noticed in time that it does kind of like leave me a bit depressed when I read all these stories, and that's what my whole focus has been, as far as my career goes, for the last 2 years, has been all these tragedies, you know, and I have been realizing that it does take a toll, because I do think about death a lot. Like, why am I thinking about like tragedy? Like, if I go to the store, like, will somebody pull up on me and like want to shoot me because I'm like a Latino dude with long hair that's walking in Fruitvale, you know? So like that stays in the back of my head a lot more now, being that I've been so immersed in this issue. So that's the reason why I'm trying to find a space where I could just take a break and delve into other things that will sort of heal that kind of, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's a struggle, and even if it wasn't that, I think I would still kind of have like a like craziness, but yeah.
Do you want to talk about some of your other work? Like, what are some other things on the horizon, or other mediums that you're playing in?
So when I moved out, so I'm primarily a painter. That's what I consider myself, even though it's been my design work that has been giving me a lot of notice of the work that I do. But I present myself as primarily a painter. I'm known for my colorful geometric paintings. I mostly work with acrylic. The last art show that I had was at Soul Space. No, the last solo show that I had of my paintings was at Soul Space in downtown Oakland. That was 2013, a year prior to when I started that project. So I haven't done any real paintings since then. I have done a couple paintings that I sold to some friends of mine. But I'm trying to pick up the brush again so that I could start putting that back out. I just bought a camera. I want to delve into photography, and there's few people out there that know about this, but I also like to rap sometimes, especially when I'm drinking. So like, if you're on Snapchat, you'll probably see a couple of my rhymes, or you know.
Or really quickly, because we're running out of time, you have a fundraiser going for your project. Where can people find that at?
I did have it running. I shut that down, but I'm still available to receive donations via PayPal. So just send it to my PayPal at Oree Original, N-O-L. There's no A in my name. People always misspell my name, and I hate that. But Oree Original with O's at gmail.com. You can send it to PayPal.
And a website?
OreeOriginal.com and justiceforourlives.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you.